Hi there everybody, it's UK Independent Demonstrator Helzie here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I have a really quick and simple note card for you. I'm using the Springtime Joy Cling Stamp Set. It's so cute, it's really Easter centric, but I love this one here, Welcome Spring. I think it's really nice, and with the little tulips and the little flowers, I think it can make some really cute cards. This is the card that I've made with it. Let's get started and I'll show you how to do it. So first of all, you're going to need some basic white cardstock and your Memento ink pad. And we're going to start with the sentiments. So you want the Welcome Spring, and I've already popped it onto one of our blocks. I've also got out one of our label punches and we're punching it out with this one. Now you can either use this one or you can use any of the punches, or even perhaps just cut yourself a square if you don't have any of our punches, anything that just pops it off the paper. Okay, so I'm going to get this inked up, and perhaps I'm also going to put it around the right way so that I can read it as I'm stamping it. Doesn't make much difference because we're going to punch it out anyway, but I always like things to be facing me. Right, pop it in and punch it out. So simple. I love all of our dies, but punching is just like bang, done. So there is that part. The next bit is going to be some very simple stamping, and we're going to stamp one of the chicks, one of the flowers, one of the tulips, and one of the butterflies. Just the tiny little stamps from this one. So I'm just going to grab one of those. It doesn't matter which way you stamp them because you're going to be fussy cutting them out afterwards. So you could put one over here, one over there, but I'm just going to pop them all in a line. It uses up less of my paper that way, and I'm a little bit of a thrifty sort of crafter. I like to use as little paper as possible. So there we go. Let's just move all those off so that we've got some space. And that's all the stamping, so you can move your ink pad out of the way as well. Bit of blending now. So for my butterfly, I'm using Mint Macaron, light and dark. So with the dark, I'm just going to do the spots and the body and the wings, like that. For the chick, I'm going to be using dark Mango Melody. I'm going to do his beak, and then I'm going to use dark So Saffron to do his wings, his tail, and his tiny little mohawk up there. And then I'm just going to come in and blend the whole lot with the light So Saffron. And I'm going over every bit, including the beak. I'm just blending around it all to create more of an even tone. Okay, you don't have to use these colours, by the way. If you've got other colours that you want to use, that's fine. These are just the ones that I've picked for it. So I've got Mossy Meadow Dark and Mossy Meadow Light, and I'm just doing the veins in the leaves with the dark, and I'm going over that with the light. Like that. Then I've got the Melon Mambo, that's the one. And I'm just using that on the tulip. So I'm going around the edges like that, and I'm doing the whole of the center, and then I'm coming in with a light just to blend over the top so that we actually get some texture onto that. And finally the flower, I'm not blending that, I'm just using the light Highland Heather. I'm not going to be using the dark. I'm just going over the whole thing with the light. Really simple, really easy. You don't have to do it with blends. You could do it with Stampin' Right markers. You could do it with watercolour pencils, whatever you wanted to do. Okay, snip those out. So save you sitting while I fussy cut around 3 teeny tiny ones. I've actually just already got them out and ready to go. Okay. So now for this bit of detail behind the label, you can see it's actually sort of green. You're going to want a green ink pad. I'm using Pear Pizzazz because I quite like it. It's a bright green, but it's not pow. Like, I like Old Olive and those, but I sometimes want a clean green, but I don't want Granny Apple green because I feel that's punching you. So Pear Pizzazz is just quite nice in between. Okay, and I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock and my base cardstock. So my base is, sorry, it's not Whisper White anymore, it's Basic White. Basic White, must get it into my head. This is the thick Basic White. So I've cut it in half, scored it in half and created myself a 10th fold card. This is a panel of the normal Basic White. And this is 9.5 centimetres by 13.85 centimetres. So it sits about 0.5 centimetre in on both sides. If you're over in the States, you want to cut it at 1/2 inch. Okay. And I'm going to be using our new, well, I say they're new, blending brushes. They're new for me. They came out in January, but because I moved apartment about mid-January, I bought them and had hardly used them. I think I'd used it once. And now it's sort of March and it's new to me using it, but they have been around 3 months and they are lovely, really, really soft, really lovely. So what I'm going to do is, ordinarily, whenever I'm blending, I start off the page and work my way in. That way, when I've got it wet to start off with, the gunk will go on the bottom piece of paper and the niceness will come onto my card. But you can see I haven't gone to the edge anywhere here. So I'm going to put the dark bit underneath where the label should be. So I'm just going to ink my brush up. You only need a few dabs. Where my label is going to be, I'm going to put my brush there and work my way out. I'm going in quite a big circle because I want to come all the way around my label, and you can see the bit where it's darker, that's the bit where the most ink was. That's where I'm going to cover it with my tab. Okay, so I just want a bit more over this side, so I'm going to come back in, I'm going to put it back down on that dark bit, and then I'm going to go out that way. Okay, I'm just going to pop a little bit more on, coming down this end now. Again, put it where the dark bit is and work my way around. Then that will go quite nicely on there, and it's got a nice glow just behind it. Hopefully you can see that. So now it's just popping everything together. What I'm going to do first of all is I've got a strip of Pear Pizzazz cardstock. So if you see here, I've got a strip of Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to be doing exactly the same and putting a strip just to the edge of here. Really simple. This is longer than my cardstock. It doesn't matter what length it is, so long as it is longer than your cardstock. And it is just 1 centimetre wide, because as I said earlier, I like to save my cardstock. You can have it wider if you want, but I kind of like it thin. And I'm just going to use my seal, run it along the edge, and I'm going to put this straight on the grid paper, and I'm going to line this up with the bottom so that you just get a slight, ever so slight hint of the green behind it, not massive. Okay. Then on my cardstock, I'm going to stick this down, and I'm going to stick it so it sits flush with the edge. So you can see that then this stands out even more because it's away from the edge. So all I'm going to do is just run my seal along. There we go. So that will then go on there, and I will pop all of these little buddies around. So to make it easy, I'm going to use an old sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals, which has got the edges on. So as you can see, the edges are actually half a part of a dimensional, which is great when you're using little pieces like this, because you can chop these down so they're tiny and they'll fit behind these, whereas the big dimensional would still show. So I'm just going to pop a couple in the middle. And stick this down. And then I'm going to work around this when putting these on. So I know that I want both of these together in the corner just there. So I'm going to pop myself half a dimensional, take it off so it's sticky on both sides, and I'm just going to push it part way under where my punch is. I'm going to stick that down. Just there. Like that. I'm going to do exactly the same over on this side. So I'm going to do the first one on this corner here, and I'm going to put my little chick on there, and another one underneath the top just up there, and I'm going to put butterfly on there. And now they're all stuck down around the label. So simple. To finish it off, I'm using the opal rounds. These are from the mini catalogue. So another thing that is new to me, but has been around for ages. And if I just bring these up to the camera, just so you can see them, because I couldn't believe when they come through the post just how beautiful they are. They're really nice. I'm going to use two of the big ones. So I'm going to pop one of them over here with the flowers. Another one up wherever that one's just dropped. Let's get it back up the top with a butterfly. And that is my card all finished. Such a simple notelet. I think it's really effective and quite cute. And I just want to say I love this chick. I've decided to call him Frederick. Don't ask me why. I've never heard of a chick called Frederick, but that's Frederick. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed. If you do like my video, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on more. Thanks everybody. Everything I have used today is available to purchase from www.slimandstylish.stampinup.net. See you all again soon. Bye. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. All items that I have used on this video are available to purchase from my store, www.slimandstylish.stampinup.net. Alternatively, if you would like a copy of our catalogues, please send me an email to slimandstylish@live.co.uk or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. I upload regular content to this channel, so if you do enjoy watching my tutorials, please make sure that you have subscribed and rang the bell to get notifications when new videos go live. Thank you for joining me and have a lovely day.